Hello, we're going to make a video, and this video will show how to configure the HP555DN color printer in the ECE office. That's the model of the color printer that we currently have here in November 15th, 2022. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get a Windows machine up for us to work with. And so we want to download some drivers before we actually install the printer. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a web browser, the web browser of your choice. Okay. And then we'll go to hp.com. And you may have some things up along the top here. Mine are over here on the side. I'll go ahead and click I accept. And I'm going to hit this little drop down. Again, your things may be along the top. So I'm going to come down here to support. Okay, and I'm going to go to software and drivers. Again, you may come in and see something like printer, printing, desktop, something like that. So, you know, mine looks a little bit different maybe. And we're waiting for software and drivers to come up. Yes, you may have something that looks like this. So my software and drivers didn't pop up. Let's go ahead and go back up here and do that again. Software and drivers. There we go. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. You'll see that if you come here, you'll see different options. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit printer. And in here, I'm going to type in HP, and then I'll type M555DN and see what happens. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to drag the screen down a little bit, and we'll see driver, universal print driver. So we're going to hit the plus sign there, and we're going to download the universal print driver. You can either use PCL6 or PostScript. I'm going to use PCL6, so I'll hit the download button. And you can see that's downloading, and my downloads by default will go to the downloads directory. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over and hit this little come over here to this little start button. This is a common way to do it. And I'll do a right click on that little start button, and then I'll go to File Explorer. Okay, then I'm going to go into my downloads directory, and there you can see the file that downloaded. I'm going to do a right click in my downloads directory, and I'm going to go to New, and then Folder. And in here I'm just going to type Universal HP Printer Okay, so that's you can type whatever you want there. I just want a directory to copy this file in. I'm going to click on this file and drag it and drop it onto that directory. Um, when this file, when you run this file, it's going to create a whole bunch of other files, and I'd rather have them contained in a directory than all through my downloads. So then I'm going to go ahead and double click. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Browse because I want to select where to put this, where to put these drivers. Okay, and then I'm going to click the little arrow next to my name, or click next to my name. We're going to go into Downloads. We're going to go into the directory Universal Print Driver, and then we'll hit OK. And there you can see it's now going to my ID Downloads Universal Print Driver. Then I'm going to click on Zip. And you can see that it puts a couple of files in this directory. And I'll click OK. And no, I don't want to use the HP application to install it. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here into the text box, and we're going to type Control. And what we're looking for is Control Panel. You might not have to type the whole thing out. It might just pop up for you here. And you might see a screen that looks like this. This is my first time going into this application with this ID on this machine. So I'm going to go ahead and click Category, and then you can choose large or small icons. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then in one of the icons here, it will say Devices and Printers. We'll go ahead and click that. And you can see that this already has, excuse me, a couple of printers set up, but not the one that we're looking for. So we'll click Add a Printer up here on the top. We're going to click this printer's not listed, and we're going to say Add a Printer using an IP address or host name, and then click Next. Okay, and then we're going to hit the drop down box, and we're going to choose TCP/IP address, and we'll click this query for a print driver off because we have the drivers, and then we're going to type Packard -RM354. You could actually copy, well, now you have to type this out. RM354 HPM555D as in duplex, N as in network, .cc.lehigh .edu. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and click Next. And if you get a screen that looks something like this means it communicated with the printer and now it wants to put a driver on. So we're going to click Have Disk, and we're going to click Browse, and then go ahead and click this little drop down. It puts you into a System32 system directory, which isn't really handy. And then you need to navigate to the Downloads directory. Hopefully it'll pop up when you click the drop down on right where we were. And then we're going to click on the directory, in our case, Universal Drivers, or I'm sorry, Universal HP Drivers. And then we're just going to click the top file in this directory structure where we stored our print drivers. And then we're going to click Open. Okay. And then we'll click OK. And it's going to give us a choice. I just always choose the PCL6 rather than the latest greatest. The PCL6 I think is kind of like the standard reliable one. And then we'll click Next. And then in here, what I'll type is Packard dash RM354 dash HPM555DN. Now, your file name doesn't have to be the same as this, as long as you remember whatever name you give this printer, you know to look for this on your Windows machine. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and click Next. And now it's actually setting the printer up. And we'll give it a second here. Okay, now here we do have to click Yes. We want to allow the application to change our computer and put this printer into it. And again, it'll take a second. And after it finishes, we'll send a test page. See how that works. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it's quicker. Don't know why it's taking so long today, but I think it's doing its thing. Okay, now it's telling you that you can share the printer if you wish. I always click Do Not Share the Printer. And I'll click Next. And I'm going to go ahead and print a test page. Okay. And then we'll click Finish. Okay, so now if you take a look here, you have the printer now listed, Packard-RM354 HP555DN, and you're set to go. Okay, thanks a lot for listening, and I hope this was helpful.